on this computer. All right, so if nobody else has any questions about actually getting to this WordPress site, we can get started on the actual like meat of like today's lesson. Which websites? You make like your own website through WordPress. Um, so like, let's do another one. So like you'd go here and add new site, and you just kind of type in what you'd want for your URL. Here you just search. You can type whatever domain you want, whatever anything you want. Uh, and then you can click the free one. 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6 for which thing? Uh, um, if you guys talking about, I'm not sure what thing you're referring to, but this is 51. Okay. If you mean like this stuff, you can just kind of ignore it. Like these next steps for your site, just like don't worry about it too much, because we're not here. We're like we'll make a complete site as we continue in this course. But just for today, we're just here to learn parts of WordPress that will be important when you make a website. So like don't worry about like these steps for your site or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Okay. So first things first, how to place blocks, how to edit blocks, and how to move blocks. Right. So let me make a new page here. I think that'll be helpful. So first, if you want to make a new page, you can click this little W, the WordPress icon on the top of the screen, right? Oops, did not mean to do that. Right. Yeah, 1 second. It's loading. It might take like a little bit to load for you guys. That's just like WordPress, so don't worry about it too much if it takes a bit to load. So this is the main site. We can click this W icon up here to go to the edit area, right? But if we want to click out of it, we want to just click anywhere on the website and we'll get out of it, right? If you click this WordPress icon again, it'll send you back to the home menu, and we don't want that. All right, so this is the main page, but I want to make another empty page that'll make it easier for me to like show you guys different aspects of what we're learning today. So if I want to add a new page, here it says pages. All right. All I have to do is click this, and here it will give us a list of pages. So we only have one page right now. This is our about page. And this is like all this. This is a template that WordPress has generated for me. And that's helpful and all, but I want my own page, a new page. So I can just click here, add new page, and title it whatever you want. So I'm just gonna title it example, for example, and create draft. So now I have this completely empty page, with the exception of this navigation bar up here, which I'll talk about later. So now here you'll notice here it says type slash to choose a block, and you can type slash, and you have a list of blocks you can choose. But if you feel that like this maybe doesn't give you enough options, or this is kind of weird to work with, what you can always do is you can see this plus right here. If you click this plus, you'll get like a bigger version of that menu basically. Um, and you can press browse all, and it'll open a menu, and it's just like all the blocks and like all the different things you could do with this little section. So there's a lot of stuff here to work with, and a lot of it is like I won't go over like a lot of it because it's very like niche stuff. Like you can embed YouTube, or you can embed a podcast or podcast player, and these are just things for you to experiment with yourself. I just want to like show this to you guys and explain it to you. So these once you're done with this lesson and you want to go home and try it out, you can just like kind of check these out and explore what you can do with your website, right? Well, for the sake of today, let's say I want a text box, right? A paragraph, sure. I can click that and just drag it in. I guess it's technically already a paragraph, huh? Let's say I want to drag an image. Bam, image done. So now I have an image block. So now let's say I want to upload an image, right? This is okay. I just have this image on hand. A Pringles jar. Bam. So now it's gonna load in the image. And now we just have an image. So what we just did was we made a block on the empty spot, and then we made an image block, and then we uploaded an image to the image block, right? Now let's say I want to edit the block, right? You'll notice that on this block you do have a lot of options here. So you have we can align a filter, add a link to it, which I'll talk about later. We can crop, add text over it, add a caption, stuff like that. We can also drag this. Now we only have one block here, but we can add another block. So for example, browse all. What if I want to add maybe another image because I don't know, I want to. Oh, oops. Hold on. Wait, this Zoom thing is really blocking my screen. All right. Oh, somebody asked a question. Wait, what are the steps to go to the Blink page? How do you go to that page? Okay. I can go over that again. So when you're at the main page, so if you're at the main page, assuming okay, that's not the main page, but if you're at the main page, you would go like you would click. Oh, that's the main page. Okay. If you're at the main page like this, you would click this W on the top here, this WordPress icon on the top left. After you click this once, and it opened this little black sidebar right here, right? With this, you can click, you see it says navigation, styles, pages, templates, and patterns. So I want to open a new page. I want to make a new page. So you can click pages. And after you click pages, I have two right here. You would probably only have one if you haven't made a page yet, but you can just press add new page right here, right? All I have to do is add a new page and just type the title of your page and press create new draft or just create draft, right? And that should get you to your new page. In which case, this is what I have right here. I've messed with it a little bit already, right? Okay, okay, no problem. All right, so we can also have like this three dot here that gives you a lot more options of what you can do with the block. Oh, I still don't get how to go to the page. Have you which phase of like or which part of like the page part are you at right now? So this right here is so I if you pick this template, you would be here. But if you didn't pick this template, that's fine. You'd still be like at something ready to launch area. Oh, you're there? Okay. Wait. So you should see that there are four things, right? It's like something, 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 and then ready to launch. But there should be a thing above the ready to launch button that says like edit server, right? Or edit website, sorry. Do you see that? You want to click edit website. Okay, I'll just make a new one. It's show. Um, damn, I've made so many of these. Here, whatever. Okay. Oh, oops. Okay, I'll show you. Just give me a second. Let me get there. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is where you are. So in 1 second it'll load, and I'm guessing this is where you are. Right here, ready to launch, right? So you'll see right here's launch your site, but there's an edit site design button right here. This is the one you want to click. This is what you want. Edit site design. And that'll let you go into the website and start editing everything. All right. Right here. Edit site design. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our page. All right. So what else we got? How to move blocks, how to edit blocks. So moving a block is pretty simple. there's this dragging thing. You kind of just drag it wherever you want. So let me close the chat. So for example, if I went back to the main page, right? These are all blocks. Like all these are blocks, image blocks. And if I wanted to, I could just really move this, like, sure, move that there. And now I just kind of messed everything up because that was a gallery, but that's like you just kind of drag it along. Like for this, I can click that, drag this little 6 dots thing. I just kind of boop, bam. And now this block that used to be here is in this area now. So that's cool. And okay, so that's basically it with blocks. There's a lot of different blocks you can use. Like for example, this right here. I can just add a block right here, paragraph, bam. Now block, and I can double click this to enter this large block. I can just type whatever I want. Example page with a Pringles picture. Nice. Done. Save. Wait. What question? Are you stuck on something, Aaron? That's a page. Wait, if you're stuck on something, I can have Alex help you. Is Alex here?
You'll be right
Or Gavin?
back.
You got it? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Gavin, you got this.
Alex is in the restroom. He'll be right back. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, next, navigation. So one of the most important parts of a website is the navigation bar. You see this in a lot of websites. For example, like Roblox has a navigation bar with the things up here, the menu, the Roblox icon, charts, marketplace, create Roblox. This is a navigation bar, right? You kind of see this with probably like Classroom too. Wait, oh, not on my main account. Or really like the bookmark section is technically also uh, a navigation bar, right? Um, like my school account, let me see. This is just some vertical navigation bar. There's always navigation bars. Just in different orientations. And it's like it's a really, really important part of your website. So let's get into some navigation. So first, let's go back to that part where you saw the pages. You'll notice that right above it, there's styles, but above that is navigation. That's where we want to be, right? So let's click into navigation. And currently we have like about, right? But we can edit this. So let me save this real quick. Sorry. Okay. Wait, you want to click these 3 dots. So next to the word navigation, you want to click these 3 dots next to that, right? And you want to click edit. So it'll bring you to this screen. It's like very empty and it has the word about on it, not formatted at all. And here, if you click here, there'll be like a little black plus, right? A plus on a black box. You're gonna want to click that. Okay. Now click this, and basically it'll add another thing right here. And that'll let you add a link to something, right? So, but for your navigation menu to add a link, for your navigation menu to add like a button that has a link to one of your other websites, you need the link to that page, right? So it's pretty easy to find that. Let's go back to our page. Go back to pages, and let's go back to the page we just made, right? Let's say I want to add something on the navigation that'll bring me to this page. But you notice that in this menu here, this one about says publish, but this one says draft. So we want to change that, right? And that's pretty easy. So we can just save this. Save, right? and then we want to publish it. So publish right here, the big blue button. And bam. So now the status is published. It might say save. You have to save it first before you can publish it. And that's pretty normal. And yeah, so now that this website is published, or this page is published, there's a link thing right here, right? It says link, so we can just kind of click that and press this copy button, right? So now we have the link copied, right? Now that we have the link to our page that we want to like navigate to through our navigation bar, we can then go back to navigation. So let's do that. Navigation and edit just like we did before. Okay. Now that we're back on this menu, we want to add something to the example page. So this is for the about page, but I want to add one more. So for the link, also if your page is published, it'll just like pop out here as well. So you don't actually need the link, but for simplicity's sake, I'll just like add that in. So now that link is in, but nobody wants the navigation menu bar thing to just be the word. So you're gonna want to change that to, I don't know, sample page. And now your example page should be linked to the thing. Wait. Yeah, it should be. Yep, yeah, it is linked to the website. Nice. So, I can check here. So now you'll notice that if we go, oh, chat message. Can you go back a few steps? All right. I can. Okay, Aaron, which step, where are you right now? Have you made your new page yet? Edit site page. Okay. Okay, I'll address Jennifer's issue real quick first. So, we want to edit to navigation, right? So navigation, there's 3 dots, and it will say edit. And now there's gonna be about. For you, there should only be about here, right? But if you just click like next to the about, like really anywhere in this general area, this like black box will just show up. You have to click in that area basically, and you can just like click away and it'll be gone, and click back in this area and it's there. So now you just click in that black box and do what I did earlier with the link and just change the title to something else, right? All right, Aaron. So, wait, how much time we have? This does not show the black box. Are you in this area? Like, have you like you need to click around in this like specific area? You can't just click anywhere on the page. It has to be like around like this top area, like right next to the about. You can't just click anywhere on the box or anywhere on this like page. And once you click around this upper part here, the black box should just show up. Right, okay. It outlines top in blue. Okay, what you could also do, I guess, is if you click this top part, like there'll be like this thing on the side that says block, right? And you can click, this should be a black box here. So if you click out of it, like this is just like nothing. But if you go to block, because this is technically a block, this is a text block, right? So if you just click here, like this should be like about an example page, and you should be able to click a black box here that should let you add. Or if you won't have example page, but that will let you add the example page. Right. That works too. All right. So next we have, let me see. How do you create, oh, we already went over how to create new pages. That's fine. How to create redirects on a page. So in a way, the navigation bar is a redirect, right? But what if you want your redirect to not be in the navigation bar, just like on a page? Like for example, like if you see on websites, some have a problem with duplicating the link. you're just copying the link to the website and you're adding it. If you have trouble with that, it's like you don't need to copy the link technically, because if you've published the website, right? If you've pressed the publish button on the top of on the top corner of your screen, or to publish that page specifically, you can just kind of go in here and just like click that page because you've published it, like that, for example. I just click that and it's done, right? I'm gonna delete this though, but yeah, that's it. So you don't actually need to grab the link. I just grab the link because um it's like could be helpful if you want to test things like throughout making your website. Right. Okay. Next. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Your navigation. It doesn't work. Have you published your website? Like when you go here and you go to pages, does this say published or does it say draft? Because it's important for this to say published for it to show up. Okay, that's good. Nice. All right, next. Creating redirects on the page. Okay, so you don't want to do that. So let's say that you want to send a link or put a link on your website that's not in the navigation bar, right? And that you want it to bring you to somewhere different. So, for example, let's say I want my website to be about coding and I want to tell my people about resources, right? And I send them to a place maybe like Stack Overflow, for example, right? So now that we have the link for that website, which is what you can make a redirect to wherever website you want, by the way. Like it doesn't really matter what website it is. Not inappropriate though, but yeah. So we can just stay on this main page. That's actually, yeah, we can stay on this main page. Doesn't really matter. So here there's, oh wait, maybe it does. Hold on. Maybe for organization's sake, we can just stay on the example slide. Yeah, that's fine. So we have this example. We can work with this actually. Example page with Pringles picture. So this is a kind of a thing in Google Docs as well. Where if you highlight like text, there will be this like little link icon that shows up, right? So you kind of just like click this, boop, and it'll give you this pop-up box. And now you can just type in your URL, or if you want do you get the example page? No, the example page is something I made to show the example for everybody, right? If when you make a new page, at least for this template, you just get like the home and the about page, and the example page is something I've made to help you guys to like display everything I'm trying to teach. All right, so because the page I'm trying to redirect to is like not a page in my website, I will need a URL. So I opened the website earlier. I can just copy that and paste that here. Simple. Now the link is there, enter, and bam. So now I'm done. That's a redirect. So now I can just save that. Save. Make sure you guys save often, by the way. You don't want to like work on your website for like an hour or 2 hours and then accidentally your computer crashes or you like close with by accident or something like that, and it just like you lose all of that progress. So it's really important that you do save pretty often, because there's nothing I can really do about like your page lagging. That's just like either a Wi-Fi issue or a computer issue. So I guess you could just be patient and it'll load. How to save? The save button should just be like on the top corner of the screen right here, this blue save button. I think it's like there no matter what page you're at. Yeah. So on the top right corner of your screen, there should be just like a blue save button. And you can just click that to save. And if it's like grayed out and you can't click it, that just means that it's like already saved. So it's fine. Right. All right. So that's a redirect. So we've made a couple things with links now. So why don't we test it? So we want to. Oh, okay. We can do that at the end probably. Yeah, I think we can do that at the end. Okay. So now let's say now let's focus on users, right? So your website, sure, like some websites are like uninteractive, which kind of website information, but if you want to make your website a thing where people can interact with it and and like add stuff, kind of like a forum, for example, is an example of that. Like we're an interactive website, right? There are blocks for that. They're interactive blocks. So let's go back to example. Let's go back to the example page. All right. Hello, Pringles picture. All right. I'm just gonna replace it. Whatever. Actually, I just duplicate it. Okay. So let's say I want what the okay. Mm, let's say I want media and text. That's not the one, right? Man. Hold on 1 second. Is Alex here? All right. Oh,
Hi, what's up?
oh wait, check chat.
Change. Just add a new one.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Let me delete this then. Whatever. Delete. Okay. So let's say I want to add like maybe a comment section or something, right? So, oh sorry, wait. I just added a new block by the way. If you press these three dots, there's like an add before and add after, and you can add a new block, like either after or before this block. That's why I did. I added a block after that block. And now this could be anything I want. So maybe I want this to be, let's browse all. Let's see what we have. Let's see. Maybe I want this to be a video. That's fine. Yeah, a video. Okay. I'll insert a video later. But now that you have a video, maybe you want your users to comment on the video. Maybe they want like to see feedback on it, or maybe like discussion on it, right? So whatever. So let me premium block. Oh, is that what that red dot is? Oh, whatever. I could just do media and text. That's fine. Delete this. So now that I have media and text, right? Let's say I upload some media or anything. I want my users to comment on it. So one really useful piece of interactive or really useful interactive block is like comments, right? For example. So I can add a block. Let me browse all and let me see if I can find it. Comments, right? Yeah. So let's say I want my users to add comments onto this piece of media that I have on my website. I just click that. And then you can just enable comments, right? And now any users that visit your website will be able to come over here and kind of just like post a comment and it'll just be here, right? So that's something very cool if you do have something that, or I don't have a video on me, but I have a Blaziken plush picture, right? And now users can comment on this picture and leave like what they think or have a discussion. All right, next. Oh, okay, that's it. So I'm gonna save. You guys should probably save quite frequently. And you'll notice that next to the save button, there's 6 buttons, right? Oh, what's going on? I still don't get how to get a picture on. Well, you can't just upload a picture straight onto a website, right? You need to have a block that supports a picture. So let me add another block here. So blocks that support pictures are like for example, image supports a picture, gallery supports multiple pictures. Media and text, you can add a picture as well. File, you could probably also do that. Right? Stuff like that. So you can't just like add a picture on to the website. You need like a block that you add a picture onto, right? And again, like if you need to, you can just move them. So maybe I want to move this, not that one. Move this one under the Blaziken. Bam, under the Blaziken now. I'll move back. All right. So, make sure after all your changes, you just is it comments or comments form? Well, I chose to use comments, but it's it doesn't it's up to you really when you ultimately create your website. Um it's like kind of the same thing, I guess, but like I'm just kind of showing you things that like are pretty useful for your website and things that you can use that you should like learn about. But when you're actually creating your own website, you don't have to follow like what I'm doing right now step by step and put all that on your website. You can really just do. Yeah, I encourage you guys to like after this. I encourage you guys to just explore with all these different types of blocks and just kind of see what each one does on your own and um kind of formulate an idea of like maybe like what you want your website to be and like what blocks you want to use in that. Right. All right. So if you're done with everything and you feel like, okay, I think my website's at a good spot right now, make sure you save. Okay. It's really important. I know I keep saying this, but the amount of times I've done stuff just in general and I forgot to save and my computer crashed or something and I lost like literally hours and hours of progress is like unbelievable. So it's really important. All right. Now that website's saved, you may remember we added quite a few things with links. So this right here is an embed link, right? And clicking this should bring us to the website that I had earlier. And up here, the navigation page, navigation is technically also an embed. So clicking that should bring me to the example page. So I can't test that when I'm in the edit page, but I can test that when I view my page. So on next to save button, you'll notice this black box that says settings. And next to that is styles, next to that is help. But in between all of that is this box with an arrow on it, and that's gonna be the view page box or button. You can click that, and you are now given like your page that you can view where like you're not an editor, you can just click through. So site title, this is the home page, right? So if everything works properly, clicking example page should bring us to the example page. Let's see if that works. Nice, it does. So clicking that thing on the navigation bar has brought me to the example page. Very nice. Amazing. That's what we wanted. But we added something else too. We added this example page with Pringles picture. We put a link onto that too. So I think I put Stack Overflow onto this earlier. So clicking this should bring me to that. So if we click that, it will bring me to Stack Overflow. Right. So that's very, 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 very nice. And yeah, so this is a really great way to view your website in like non-editor mode to kind of see how your website would look to a visitor. Because like sure you can like kind of check it out in your editing mode, but it's like not really the same. And it really helps to like just like work through it as almost like a visitor yourself and kind of figure everything out and see how it works. Right. So yeah. That's it for today's lesson. We've gone over blocks, how to place blocks, how to edit blocks, and how to move blocks. Navigation, how to make a navigation bar, which is this thing up here. How to create new pages. We've gone over that with our example page here. how to create redirects on page. We've done that through this example page Pringles picture that brings you to Stack Overflow. And next, users demonstrate how to create interactive blocks. So like the comment block I created earlier, and ask for user inputs with comments or like buttons, for example. And we did that with comment blocks, right? And yeah, so I'm not sure what the mystery is. I think probably like Alex probably knows. But that's it for the main lesson for today. Uh,
Thank you, Zemo, for the lesson. I do have one more presentation we need to go through really quick. It's just something that we have to look at. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Sorry, it's loading. But just to go over, so basically today you guys learned more about the actual coding, the actual like instructional part of WordPress. This is a very basic start and introduction into web design itself. And we will obviously go into more of the coding aspects later, but that is it. That is this for I think this class and next class. All we will be talking about is all we will be talking about is this sorry, is these ideas of WordPress and how a lot of basic ideas are created. Um, let me find it. I don't know where it is. Or it's loading. Give me 1 second. My computer's a bit slow. Okay. Um, seems like there's some issues with my slides right now, so I'm gonna keep trying to find them. But the general idea of what we're going to cover is we want you guys to understand the policies on copyright, because there are actually a lot of there's a lot of rules and regulations that you must follow in order to in order to uh in order to be able to publish a website. As you know, there's a lot of aspects of this, such as um there's a lot of aspects of this such as the such as the what is it, the intellectual property. So intellectual property is the idea that like ideas created by people, if underwent copyright, belong to them. Let me see if I can find like, for some reason my Google slides is glitching out. Okay. For some reason, I cannot find the Google Slides for that we had prepared, but I can basically just talk about it. So there's this thing called, let me bring up the chart. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah. So copyright. So this is just a photo I found online, but copyright in itself is the idea of like you using material that was created by other people. So in the idea of creating a website mainly because there is so much information on the website that you may have grabbed from Google or you may have used a photo that belongs to someone else, but a lot of these you might seem as like you might see as just, oh, we're just using like a random photo that's already public on the internet. But a lot of the times a lot of the times um the data that you use is not public. Although it is online, sometimes it is owned by other people, and then there are basically four quote unquote like laws that are on it that that are in charge of how websites and how all like online media is looked at. And the thing with websites is most of the time you want to be able to like cite sources so that you avoid these copyright ideas. So there are multiple levels to copyright. So first one is just copyright. All original work is protected under copyright. So when it's created, like it's like all work that is created is under copyright. You don't have to file for it or anything. And it's just if it's yours, then it's yours, it's your credit. Okay, and then following that is Creative Commons. Creative Commons is an actual law you have to apply for. It is a license that allows creators to talk about like what art they own and like what rights they have and like who can use what parts of it. So you guys might be familiar with something called an NFT. So the idea of copyright law actually goes into NFTs because although some people just say like, oh, I can just copy a photo, I can just take a screenshot of an NFT, they in a sense don't necessarily own the image, but they just have like a copy of it. So having a copy of an NFT is technically illegal because they are protected under copyright laws. Following that, we have public domain. So public domain is work that is publicly available, and you basically cannot privately own this work, depending on who created it and if they made it. Fair use in a sense is not a law, but this is just saying it like it's something that you can this has more to do with legal standards and we don't really need to go into that, but basically if you guys end up using photos online or um if you guys end up using photos from online, like you search off of Google, like although even in the case that you guys might use it sometimes in like your schoolwork, technically the correct way for you to use it is to have to cite it. So make sure when you guys are making your websites to not like have any issues with copyright. If you do have photos that you use from outside, make sure you cite where the photo is from. And like now, especially the fact that we are on such a digital platform, it's so now that we're on, it's so easy to get media from other people that sometimes it is very looked over when it comes to copyright itself. And I'm sure some of you guys have also heard issues like um I'm sure some of you guys have heard like issues like online, maybe like YouTubers or something, always having things to do with like monetization, copyright, but the main reason is if you guys do end up making websites for like companies or websites for like a larger program, you don't want that website to run into issues with copyright where you added a photo that you guys didn't take. So the copyright has to the copyright would need to change in order to fit or they would need to like go to court and like sue or any issues like that because a sort of wrong image was used. That's a very basic introduction of copyright. There basically just make sure you cite all the work you use and don't grab anything from the internet that you guys can't cite. We will probably go more into detail about Creative Commons in general next week because there is more in-depth details to it that you guys would need to know, such as like audio, video, photo. There are very different parts of it, so we can just talk about that next week. But for now, Zemo, do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay, if Zemo doesn't have anything, then that should be it for this week. Today you guys basically learned about the basic parts of WordPress, and that should be it. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Yes, we will post when we go over it next week, we'll have more slides on it, and then we'll have that photo on with the slides. So we'll post that entire thing on Google Classroom. All right. Thank you guys for coming. We'll see you next week. Bye.